This movie shows a world where humans coexist with dinosaurs, creatures that went extinct thousands of years ago. And the reason for this is a dangerous volcano that is about to erupt in the world, from which it is believed that these dinosaurs came into the world. Now dinosaurs are very dangerous. They hunt humans and animals, but there were many dinosaurs who ate grass instead of hunting animals. The price of dinosaurs had also increased a lot in the world, so they were also smuggled into the black market because people also use dinosaurs in gambling. The government has assigned the task of controlling the large, dangerous dinosaurs to a company called Biosyn because it was widely believed that keeping dinosaurs away from humans or eliminating them was the safest option for people. The scene cuts and we see our movie's main character Owen holding a dinosaur in the forest. He is an expert at controlling them. After catching them, he goes to his house, where we meet his wife Claire and daughter Maisie. Maisie is not his real daughter and she also knows this. That's why she wanted to go to the city to find her mom, but Owen tries to stop her by telling her, "Look Maisie, you are a special child, your going to the city is not free from danger." Maisie knew that Owen and Claire also love her a lot, but meeting her real mom had now become her passion. She didn't know anything about her except for her name. Anyway, the scene cuts and we are now shown a field scene where two children are feeding their pets. Here, a child sees a huge bug in his form. Suddenly, a lot of bugs attack their fields like a storm. The boys quickly run away from the bugs, go into a room, and close the door behind them, but a bug still breaks the door and comes into their room. The boy saves his life by covering it under a bucket with great difficulty. Surprisingly, this bug was about 1 foot long. Such a big bug has never been seen before in the world. The next day, Ellie and her team come there. She used to work in the agriculture department, i.e. those who help farmers. When she investigates the bug attack on their fields, she was also surprised to see the size of the bug. Ellie learns from her companion that such bugs have attacked other fields. Surprisingly, these bugs do not attack those fields where seeds made by the Biosyn company have been germinated, where the crops are grown by the Biosyn company's seeds. Knowing this, Ellie suspected that the Biosyn company was behind it, but she could not accuse the Biosyn company. She needed concrete evidence that she could only get by going inside the Biosyn company. For this work, Ellie takes the help of her old friend, Alan. Now Ellie shows Alan the same bug that she got from the field. Seeing this, Alan says that these bugs have been made and soon they will be in large numbers, and then by attacking the fields of the whole world, they will destroy all the fields. Because of this, there will be nothing to eat in the world and the world will die because of famine. To save the world from such a big destruction, Ellie had to take a big step now. She decides to go inside the Biosyn company, but Alan asks, "How will we go inside?" In response, she tells about her scientist friend who used to work in the Biosyn company and he was going to help her go inside. The scene cuts and we see that a small dinosaur has come in front of Maisie. Maisie feels it is hungry, so she gives it her sandwich, and in a while, the dinosaur's mom also comes here. It could have attacked Maisie too, but then to save Maisie, Owen comes and tells Maisie, "Don't be afraid, keep breathing and control your emotions. They know from your heartbeat that you are afraid." Believing her dad, Maisie does the same her father told. As a result, the dinosaur gets afraid of and leaves. Now Owen wants to see the location of these dinosaurs, so it starts following them, and behind it, Maisie also comes with her cycle. The dinosaurs reach the road. Standing far away, Owen sees that someone has kidnapped the child of that dinosaur. He hides after seeing them, and then Maisie also comes. Here whom they kidnap and take away from there. Without wasting time, Owen comes to his house and picks up his gun and leaves to save his daughter. Before leaving, he told his wife Claire everything about how their daughter Maisie is in danger. Claire also came with him. They both leave to save their daughter, but now they didn't know where they took Maisie. Owen meets his friend to find her. He was a hacker who could easily find out the location of anyone. The number of the car was noted by Owen, through which the man tells them while finding out that they have taken Maisie Malta. The scene cuts and we meet Ellie and Alan, who had arrived in Italy to visit the Biosyn company, where they are welcomed by the communication director of the Biosyn company, Ramsey. From here, Ramsey was going to take them to the Biosyn factory by putting them in his helicopter. On the way, they see these giant dinosaurs in the middle of the mountains. Ramsey tells them that now you will see flying dinosaurs here. To save their helicopters, we put an electronic wave here all the time. He says that Biosyn controls these dinosaurs through electric shock. Finally, they reach inside the Biosyn building, where the smartest people in the world work. Here, the owner of the Biosyn comes to welcome them. After it, they go inside, where Alan meets his friend. Later, he gives his pass to Alan, hiding from the camera, and says you will need this pass to fulfill the purpose for which you have come here. They had to go to a special room and take a sample of those bugs that were being made here in Biosyn. Actually, it was evidence against Biosyn. Anyway, the scene cuts. On the other hand, we are shown the Biosyn owner in a special kind of lab. Here, their experienced scientist was sitting, who told the owner of Biosyn that we have to stop the production of the bugs that we have made because they are spoiling the bug fields. In such a future, there can be a crisis in the world. Even after hearing all this, that man refuses to stop the production of bugs because he wants the seed-making company to belong solely to him. There will be crops all over the world through Biosyn, and in such a way, his company will go to the top, and those who will not use Biosyn, these bugs will spoil their fields, their crops. Here, the owner of Biosyn also tells the scientist that we have found Maisie, which clearly meant that he had kidnapped Maisie, and we will find out later the reason behind it. The scene cuts and we see Maisie, who is handed over to a girl in Malta. Maisie's parents had already come to Malta to look for her. Here, the smuggling of dinosaurs, humans, and many other things used to happen. We may say that this is the den of all bad deeds. The pilot who brought Maisie here was also connected to the world of smuggling for Malta. After going to the bathroom, this pilot meets Maisie's mother, Claire, who randomly asks while showing Maisie's photo, "Have you seen this girl anywhere?" Seeing the picture, the pilot gets shocked. After thinking for a minute, she replies, "No." Meanwhile, the girl who was given by the pilot to Maisie instead of taking Maisie somewhere else, starts selling her illegally caught dinosaurs, but her bad luck, because the FBI raid happened here at the right time. The FBI started attacking that woman and the rest of the people. When they also fired in response, the atmosphere of the war became like this here. That woman tries to run away from here, along with that man with whom she was going to deal with these dinosaurs. Owen starts following this man because he knows that he must also know about Maisie. In a way, he was the ruler of Malta. Because of the firing of the FBI people, the lock of the box of dinosaurs opens here and the dinosaurs become free. These dinosaurs now attack that man. One dinosaur from one side, the other from the other side was holding his arms. This man was screaming. Before anything happens, Owen finds out about Maisie, that they were smuggling Maisie to Biosyn. After that, the third dinosaur comes from behind and suddenly eats his head, and he dies here. A girl points a laser light at the FBI here, and it turns out that with this laser light, these people controlled the dinosaurs. Now, as the man has a laser light on him, the dinosaurs move forward to attack him. This FBI agent hides somewhere to save his life from the dinosaurs. Claire, who had seen this girl shooting a laser light at the FBI agent. She starts fighting with this girl to get the laser light, and in the meantime, this girl also shoots a laser light at her, because of which the dinosaurs also chase her, and Claire jumps from a roof running from there and hangs on another balcony to save her life. The pilot saw Claire hanging from the balcony, who had just come out of Malta. To help Claire, she makes her jump in her van and saves her from there. On the other hand, we see that Owen, controlling all the dinosaurs with his talent, succeeds in locking them in their cages, and then he gets a call from Claire. She was calling him to a special place. Owen, stealing a bike from here without a bag, starts chasing him, but the girl who had dinosaurs here, she also lights a laser light on Owen. The dinosaurs locked in the box are chasing him to attack him. Claire, who was chasing the dinosaurs, succeeded in saving her life with her cleverness, but the dinosaurs behind Owen were still behind him. Owen does not stop for them and reaches the airport by riding his bike. Actually, the pilot had decided to help Claire and Owen, and now they were going to save Maisie from her plane. Owen comes here and suddenly enters this plane with his bike, and those dinosaurs also come inside the plane behind him. As the plane flies in the air, Owen's bike starts falling from the plane, and because of this bike, those dinosaurs also get away from the plane. Finally, they had left for Biosyn. The scene cuts and we see Maisie inside Biosyn, who has now been brought to the chief scientist here. The scientist says, "Maisie, you are not an ordinary child, you are a special child because you have been born through a single mother. You don't have any biological father. Actually, your mother had grown up among scientists since childhood, and so she went towards science with a lot of interest. Maisie was also an experiment of her mother. Because of this experiment, Maisie's mother became pregnant without a father, and finally, she gave birth to Maisie. Many years later, they found out that Maisie was born by dividing his mother's cells. Because of this, her cells were also being quickly destroyed along with her mother. Both lives were in danger. At that time, Maisie's mother made an antidote by risking her life. With the same antidote and a very big procedure, she changed all of Maisie's cells. Because of this, Maisie was able to live, but his mother died. In Biosyn, we now see Ellie and Alan, who had reached the area of the production of bugs with the help of their friends Pass. Here Ellie takes a sample of a bug present there. Before they leave, suddenly, an alarm rings and all the bugs wake up. These bugs could have killed them, but somehow they came out of there saving their lives. We found out that the alarm that was ringing here was because Maisie had freed the baby dinosaur with her past that was kidnapped with her. After doing this, Maisie also wanted to escape from here. When she comes out, she meets Ellie and Alan. Ellie was surprised to see her. She recognized Maisie because she was a friend of her mother. Now knowing that they are also trying to escape from here, Maisie joins them. The scene cuts. On the other hand, we see that Owen and Claire have reached Biosyn with their helicopter, where the flying dinosaurs attacked their plane. Due to the attack, both the engines of the plane were damaged, and now they had no choice but to jump from the moving plane to save their lives. There was a parachute in Claire's seat, through which they took her out. As the parachute opened, the flying dinosaurs attacked her parachute too, and in this way, it crashed into trees in a bad way. Until now, Owen and the pilot had not been able to get out of the plane, and it crashed into the cold sea, but fortunately, both of them survived. Here Claire, who was stuck in the forest, had a lot of dinosaurs to help her. Before any dinosaur attacks her, she hides in the river and saves her life from the dinosaurs. Here, there were two dinosaurs behind Owen and the pilot. While saving their lives and running quickly, they get into the elevator of Biosyn's building and go down. The scene inside Biosyn is shown where an employee of Biosyn, Ramsey, finds out that Ellie and Alan are running away with evidence against their company. He could have stopped them if he wanted, but here he does not stop them. Instead, he puts them in a hyperloop and quickly takes them out of here. As the owner of the building finds out about this, he immediately turns off the energy of the hyperloop. In this way, the three get stuck in the underground tunnel. The owner finds out that Ramsey gave them the pass card, so he fires Ramsey. In an attempt to escape the underground tunnel, the three find themselves in a place filled with dinosaurs. Before the dinosaurs can attack, Ellie's friend, who had given them the pass to be there, arrives to save them. He wanted to open the gate here to free them from here, but the gate opened with a code. Ramsey, who was watching all this from the CCTV in the building above Biosyn, puts a code in this gate with his own system and helps them save their lives. In fact, he wanted to bring the bad intentions of his owner in front of the world so that there would be no destruction in the world. The scene cuts and we are shown that Owen and Pilot have gone out into the forests again to find Claire. They go to the place where Claire's parachute was lying, but they do not see Claire anywhere while Claire was going to go inside the Biosyn building through the lift near the Biosyn building. Before she goes inside and presses any button, a dinosaur comes in front of her. It was just about to attack her, but someone came and grabbed the dinosaur's neck, and it was not anyone else but Owen, who had saved his wife's life. The three had finally met here, now they just had to save Maisie. We see Biosyn's owner inside Biosyn, who was erasing all evidence against him from his lab. After doing this, he sets his bugs on fire and then opens their cabin. Suddenly, these burning bugs started flying in the entire forest. As the burning bugs were falling down, there was fire in the forest. Alan, Ellie, and Maisie, who had started running from here with their friend's car, are also distracted by these burning bugs and have an accident. Their car falls down from a mountain and stops right in front of the station where Owen and Claire were, who came here in search of Maisie. Seeing Maisie in this car, they become relaxed. Now they had found Maisie, they did not need to go inside the Biosyn. That's why they decide to leave here together. Before they could do anything here, a giant dinosaur came in front of them. It was the leader of the dinosaurs. It was going to kill them all and eat them. That's when Ellie suddenly manages to get rid of it with her electric gun. At this moment, she remembered that Ramsey had mentioned they control the dinosaurs with electric guns. Now this dinosaur had run away from here. The entire forest was on fire because of those burning bugs. All this was also seen by the owner of Biosyn. He knew that all such dinosaurs could also die. That's why he orders his people to bring the dinosaurs inside the facility, and he tries to get out of here through a hyperloop with all the evidence against him. The scene cuts to Maisie's group, who have decided to enter the Biosyn facility because a small dinosaur belonging to Maisie was left there, and she needed to save it at any cost. Going inside the facility, here Ramsey helps them again. Owen reaches that small dinosaur with the help of his guidance, and he makes it unconscious by shooting it with a tranquilizer so that they can easily take it from here. Claire and Ellie go inside the factory where bugs were produced. As the power supply here is turned on, they see that a lot of bugs are alive here. To control them, Claire breaks all the power stations here in anger because of it. The system that produces all these bugs also breaks. Along with that, the energy of that hyperloop also runs out, through which Biosyn's owner was trying to escape from here. In this way, he gets stuck in the underground tunnel. In this underground tunnel, all the dinosaurs that had opened up because of Maisie and Ellie, they come inside this hyperloop and attack Biosyn's owner and kill him. The whole group inside Biosyn uses the helicopter of Biosyn's facility to get out of here. The pilot was with them. Finally, they safely came out of this world with the help of this helicopter. Ramsey and Chief Scientist also came out with them. After thwarting the evil intentions of Biosyn's owner, they now had to eliminate the evil spread by Biosyn, which meant dealing with the bugs that were causing destruction worldwide. For this, Ramsey and the Chief Scientist work tirelessly and create a bug that destroys all of Biosyn's bugs. In this way, all the danger in the world comes to an end. In the final scene, we see Maisie returning the baby dinosaur to its mother. Having learned the full truth about her mom, Maisie decides to spend the rest of her life with Claire and Owen. The story concludes with the three of them very happy together.